Let's start this video off by saying tomorrow night, 60 Minutes is going to be a sell-off. They are going to be selling us what's going on in Korea. This is what I just saw a piece of this ad for 60 Minutes tomorrow night, and they're going to have a sell-off. They're going to say that somebody from the US was in Korea and that he saw something. Now, whatever he saw, I don't know what they're going to sell us, but be careful for, is he really there? Is it CGI? Regardless. Now, part two of this video has to do with this over here, right? And this over here, take a look at it, okay? Take a look at this part over here. Do we see it? I'm just trying to remember how this went. We had this part here, right? And this part, was it this part here and this part here, right? Two mountains. I was looking at the Colorado mountain, the design, and then put up two mountains. And then over the mountains, right? Right? You notice that it's like the M, right? The M like mountaineer, which is actually the insignia, okay, for Virginia. There's a mountaineer place out there. And anyways, this is the design. So when you come over the top and then cross it, is the way I did it, it actually looks like a fold like that, right? Like a DNA crossover. So anything that either crosses over, is it crossing over exactly touching, or is there a distance between the crossover, right? When this piece comes up here and crosses over and comes back down and crosses over again, it learns as it's going up, it brings in the new cycle, and it comes back. And as this is passing this way, I'm hoping you can understand, as this is going this way, it's picking up from this one and going this way. As this comes up this way, it's picking up this way, it's reuniting with it and coming back through it. And then they keep on doing it. That's step number one. Step number two is the M letter. Okay? You just put one little line and it creates the Y, and the V is in the center. The other piece I want to talk about is inside of the word royal. Okay? If you put it backwards, it goes la year, or how about last year? And the reason for that is because the O, okay, the Y and the O brings on the EA and then the R, la yeara. So last year is what I'm looking at. Yo says yo coming of 11. 11 is two sides, right? 11 is two sides. And the way I see two sides is I understand it this way. Right? Here's my H. Here's one side, two sides, or is it the I? Right? This way we have the equal sign, or 1, 1, and 1. The reverse in the cube is 6, 6, and 6. But if I turn it this way, okay, that I letter will now be 11, or 111. Equals or 111 the other way. The other part I want to talk about is, what is the minimum size or an equal value size in creating each letter? If this R letter has to be the minimum size is this way, then the O would be too high, right? The Y would be designed as this, and the A would be designed either as this or as this. When it's designed as this, it's 4 areas, okay? 4 areas by 2 high that we need to use. 4 by 2 says gateway, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. This area over here, although it uses 4, it leaves 1 blank. Although this area uses up 2, 4, 6, 8, it leaves 2 blank. So it only uses up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it runs in between the line. The O runs on line and not in the box, in the blocks. See, this runs through a block. The Y runs through a block. The A can run around the block, okay, or it can run through the block, saying there's more ways to mark an A. Is there more ways to mark an R? When I'm going to be writing things in the future, my keyboard no longer does the B letter. Inside here, 7, 557. Okay, you see number 1 that comes created by number 57 over here. It also looks like if this was to be twisted, right, you'd be cranking it this way. See the way you don't see it this way? Well, when you look at it this way, it looks like you are cranking it this side, that side, that side, this side. It looks like the tall buildings. You see the way the matrix has to be done on an angle, because that's the only way you pick up the dimensions inside of this. I was looking at something else to do with the Fibonacci over here. When you get to Fibonacci 13, 1 plus 3, 1 times 3, okay, is a different way we're going to be creating this. So you will be 1 times 3, we'll leave it here, 1 plus 3, we'll leave it here, and this Fibonacci number is now 7. It's either 3, 4, or 7. So if I would go 4 by 4, I would get 16 inside where this numeric value here is 16 and 8. So when we get to this one, we get to this value over here. And that is your Fibonacci number for 1 point. What is that? What is that phi number inside? And does that come from Fibonacci, that number? I forget what number that is, 1.8, 1.608. That comes out of here. And this one has to do with the Monopoly board. This whole configuration has to do with the Monopoly board, 1, 1, and 2, 2, because on this side would be 1, 1, and 2, 2. And when you get to the other side, every single corner will be the same. In Monopoly, the corners are bigger than the area properties, leaving us with 168 of these squares plus 1 square in the center, equaling to 169. ROI or ROI, return on investment, the year of the royals. We all have to remember that when we're looking at royal, we seem to understand purple, which connects to skies because the value is 88. And we have to look at something like Los Angeles. Now, this morning I talked about Hawaii, so somehow these two are linked because they seem to come out with the same numeric value for connecting. Here we have 88 and 88, so we can see angles in which 8s can connect. I have no idea what to do with this. I have to keep thinking. I have to keep seeing designs. Inside of an eye, the bigger part of the eye is over here. The small part is over here. So when we create the letter B, right, we always see the bigger belly here. So we know we're not creating the bottom level of it, because otherwise we can put another part over here. Is there anything else that I can talk about with the B letter? I don't know, but Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Let's leave it at that. Thank you for watching this video.